All right, so for this week's newsletter, I want to talk about how long does it actually take to become deconditioned as far as aerobically goes and as far as strength goes. So I'll just kind of read off a few facts here to kind of go about it and talk about those facts. The first thing I want to bring up is health benefits from fitness only really last about 48 hours. So you've heard of things like EPOC or DOMS or whatnot, and it's normally in that 2 up to 3 day span if you're really deconditioned. If you were to have like a workout and you probably going to be sore roughly to 3 days, but those health benefits really only last about 48 hours. So when you take that, you can understand how someone who's getting to fitness and a highly trained athlete their training frequency comes about, because stacking it for someone who's highly trained or someone who's a competitive athlete opposed to someone who's trying to be generally fit, normally the generally fit person is roughly around 3 times a week, and that's where that number kind of comes from, because of its lasting. So you can continue to have lasting results go from there. Not as a complete shocker, those who have higher levels of fitness hold on to their fitness for longer. So if I were to not work out for 2 weeks, I'd have a better shot holding on to what was once my peak fitness, opposed to if I only worked out twice a week. Now, I would be losing my peak fitness roughly after about 2 weeks, but I have a less of a drop off. Conversely, those that have completely stopped fitness and were not as avid of an exerciser, so to speak. So say if I only worked out twice a week and I was only into it for 2 months or a month, if I were to completely stop after my month for roughly 3 weeks and I were to pick back up, I'd pick back up to where I once was quicker than someone who was well adapted to fitness and completely stopped for the same duration of time. So if you're new to fitness and you had to stop for whatever reason and you were to pick it back up, you'd be picking it back up at a faster rate. So you'd be back to where you left off sooner than someone who was like completely into fitness and they were an avid exerciser, so to speak, and whatnot. So that's something as a positive on both sides. The well-conditioned person and the lesser conditioned person can have both things to look forward to when it comes to. As far as strength goes, within 2 weeks, you'll start to lose percentages of strength. So say if you were only just doing light moving around or whatnot, but not in a state of training, that's when roughly around that 2 week part, that's where you start to lose strength, percentage of strength. And those that attend strength and conditioning class understand what percentages of strength looks and feels like. And you also see from there why a deload matters more for someone with high levels of strength or high levels of fitness as well as conditioning and whatnot, of having enough time to recover as far as your CNS goes, but not too much time that you start to lose percentages of your peak output, whether it be you could be running or swimming or something like that, and also like bench pressing and deadlifting when that comes. You can improve your VO2 max in 3 to 4 weeks, up to 20 to 30%. So say if I've done nothing, I have done nothing this entire year, so it's August, and I've done nothing this time of year. If I were to start exercising and whatnot, between 3 or 4 weeks, that's when you can start to see huge jumps of improvement. And this can be as low as twice a week. And that's something that we've seen over time. That's why even our membership name for just the month is the Fitness Challenge, because after that 3rd week and going into that 4th week, that's normally when we start to see people turn around regardless of how much they're attending, at least, or I can't say regardless, at least 2 times a week. Just having 2, that's where they start to kind of be able to get their footing, be able to roll from there. And something else that I just found, just going through different articles and research studies, and even you can be adding. So say if you were to take those 3 to 4 weeks off running regularly, and you were an avid runner, so 3 to 7 times a week do you run, you'd be adding minutes to a 5K. If someone that runs can understand how much time that is, you can be adding minutes to a 5K without running for 3 weeks. So if you were an avid runner, say if you ran anywhere from like 3 to 7 times a week, and you were to not run for 3 weeks, you could add minutes to it, which is somewhat surprising. So to keep that in mind, if anytime you have long bouts of exercise, even just doing anything, you go on vacation or work's been crazy or the kid's been crazy, doing anything helps combat having a huge drop off when the time comes.